You're sitting alone in your favorite coffee shop, the rich aroma of freshly brewed coffee swirling around you when a couple at the next table bursts into laughter, their hands intertwined. Your heart sinks. You can't help but wonder, is everyone else living a perfect love story while I'm stuck, single, and wondering what's wrong with me? If that feeling hits home, stop right there. Today, we're diving into a question that haunts so many of us. Why am I still single? But here's the kicker. I'm not just going to give you answers. I'm going to unravel a secret that will flip the way you see yourself and your singleness forever. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you'll never look at being single the same way again. Let me start with a confession. I've been where you are. There was a time when I'd scroll through social media, bombarded with engagement announcements, cozy couple selfies, and wedding hashtags, feeling like I was the only one left behind. I'd lie awake at night, asking, what's wrong with me? Why can't I find someone? It felt like I was carrying a weight, a silent question that grew heavier with every passing day. Will I be alone forever? If you've ever felt that sting, you're not alone. But here's the truth. I wish someone had told me sooner. Being single isn't a flaw, it's a chapter. And it's a chapter that can be vibrant, powerful, and full of growth if you know where to look. So, let's dive in. Why are you still single? Is it because there's something broken in you? Is it bad luck? Or is there something deeper? Something you've never dared to admit? Over the next few minutes, we'll peel back the layers of this question through real stories, surprising insights, and a twist that will keep you hooked until the very end. But before we go further, I need you to do one thing. Hit that subscribe button. Why? Because this journey of self-discovery doesn't end here. Every week, I share stories and tips to help you navigate life, love, and everything in between. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. The stories we tell ourselves. Let's start with a story. Meet Sarah, a 29-year-old graphic designer who's killing it at her job. She's the kind of person who lights up a room with her creativity and ambition. But when it comes to dating, Sarah freezes. Over a late-night pizza with her best friend, she confessed, I feel like I'm missing something. Everyone else is settling down, and I'm still me, alone. Sarah's words hit me hard because I've heard them before, not just from her, but from countless others. That nagging voice that whispers, is there something wrong with me? But here's where it gets interesting. What if Sarah's singleness isn't a flaw, but a choice? Not a conscious, I'm swearing off love choice, but a reflection of where she's pouring her energy. Sarah spends her days building a career she loves, chasing dreams that make her heart race. Could it be that her singleness is less about failing at love and more about prioritizing her own growth? Think about it. How many of us are so focused on our careers, our passions, or our personal goals that we unintentionally put love on the back burner? And is that really a bad thing? Now let's talk about Mark. Mark's a 32-year-old engineer with a wicked sense of humor and a heart of gold. Over beers one night, he admitted something that made me laugh and think at the same time. I have this mental checklist, he said. A list of qualities my perfect partner needs to have. Every date I go on, I'm secretly comparing them to this list. And no one ever measures up. Sound familiar? Maybe you don't have a physical list, but how often do you catch yourself holding potential partners to impossibly high standards? Mark's story raises a question. Are our standards protecting us from settling, or are they keeping us from real, imperfect connection? The suspense. A hidden truth. Here's where things get juicy. There's a reason you're still single, and it's not what you think. It's not because you're too picky or not good enough. It's not even about bad luck. There's something deeper, something most of us avoid facing because it's uncomfortable. I'm going to drop a hint now, but I won't reveal the full truth until the end, so stay with me. This hidden reason has to do with a fear we all carry, a fear that shapes every choice we make in love. Can you guess what it is? Hold that thought, because we're about to dive into another layer of this mystery. Society's pressure and the comparison trap. Let's talk about the noise we all hear. Society's relentless drumbeat telling us that happiness equals being coupled up. Scroll through Instagram, and it's a parade of engagement rings, anniversary posts, and hashtag relationship goals. Go to a family reunion, and the first question you get is, "So, are you seeing anyone?" It's enough to make anyone feel like they're falling behind. I remember a high school reunion where I felt like the odd one out. Everyone was swapping stories about their partners, their weddings, their kids. And there I was, sipping my drink, wondering if my single status was a scarlet letter. But here's a question. What if society's blueprint for happiness is just one path, not the path? Take Emily, a 35-year-old writer who used to feel crushed by the endless wedding photos on her feed. One day, while hiking alone in the mountains, she had an epiphany. "I realized I wasn't lonely," she told me. "I was free. Free to explore who I am, to chase my dreams without compromise." Emily's story is a reminder that solitude isn't a curse. It's a space for growth, for discovering what makes you you. So the next time you feel pressured by society's timeline, ask yourself, am I living for me or for someone else's expectations? Before we go deeper, let's take a quick pause. If you're loving this deep dive into why we're single and what it really means, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button right now. The fear factor. Why we hold back. Now, let's get real about something we all face. Fear. Fear of rejection, fear of heartbreak, fear of losing ourselves in a relationship. I once talked to Alex, a 27-year-old teacher who admitted, "I'm terrified of love. Growing up, my parents' marriage was a war zone. Every time I think about getting close to someone, I freeze." Alex's story is a powerful reminder that our past shapes how we approach love. For some, it's not about not wanting a relationship. It's about protecting ourselves from pain. Then there's Taylor, a 30-year-old entrepreneur with a quick wit and a guarded heart. "I can't stand it when someone comes on too strong," she told me with a laugh. "It feels like they're trying to trap me." Taylor's reaction points to something deeper, an avoidant attachment style, a concept from the book Attached by Amir Levine and Rachel Heller. If you've never heard of attachment theory, here's the gist. Our early relationships shape how we connect as adults. If you're avoidant, you might crave independence so much that you push love away even when you want it. Sound familiar? If you're nodding, don't worry. We'll come back to this. The negative self-talk trap. Let's talk about the voice in your head. You know the one. It's the one that says, "You're too awkward. You're not attractive enough. You'll never find someone." Negative self-talk is a single person's worst enemy. I once sat down with a friend who was spiraling. "Why can't I be more like them?" she asked, pointing to a couple across the room. Her words were a mirror to my own insecurities. But here's the shift that changed everything for me. Instead of asking, "What's wrong with me?" try asking, "What's right with me?" List your strengths, your kindness, your humor, your passion. Write them down. Say them out loud. That simple act can turn self-doubt into self-love. The big reveal. The real reason you're still single. We're almost at the end, and it's time for the reveal I promised. The real reason you're still single. It's not your looks, your job, or your dating app profile. It's fear, but not the kind you might think. It's the fear of compromising your true self. Deep down, you know who you are and what you want. You're not willing to settle for a relationship that doesn't align with your values, your dreams, your essence. And that, my friend, is not a weakness. It's a superpower. Think about Lily, a 34-year-old lawyer who faced a choice. She'd been dating someone who checked all the boxes: stable job, charming, liked by her friends. But something felt off. He wasn't my person, she told me. I could feel myself shrinking to fit his world. So, Lily walked away. Not because she wanted to be single, but because she valued herself too much to settle. Her story is a reminder that being single is better than being in a relationship that dims your light. The book How to Not Die Alone by Logan Ury puts it perfectly. Stability doesn't mean settling. It means choosing a path that leads to genuine fulfillment, even if that path is solo for now. Your singleness isn't a sign of failure. It's a sign of strength, of knowing your worth and refusing to compromise it. The takeaway: your singleness is your story. As we wrap up, let's reflect on the stories we've shared. Sarah pouring her heart into her career. Mark with his sky-high standards. Emily finding freedom in solitude. Alex wrestling with his past. Taylor guarding her independence. Lily choosing herself. These stories weave a tapestry of resilience, growth, and self-discovery. They remind us that being single isn't a problem to be fixed. It's a chapter to be lived. So, the next time you catch yourself wondering, is there something wrong with me? Remember this: your worth isn't defined by your relationship status. It's defined by the choices you make, the passions you chase, and the love you show yourself. Being single doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're brave enough to wait for a love that feels like home. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If this resonated with you, leave a comment below and let me know your story. What's one thing you love about being single? And don't forget to subscribe for more real talk about life, love, and everything in between. I'll see you in the next one.